Okay, this book is called A Heart That Mends. The original title of it was Alyssa's Choice, and I ended up changing it in order to get it published through Publish America. This one was published back in 2008, and I am currently getting it published under the original title, Alyssa's Choice, on Apple Books right now. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna read the narrative of this one. Alyssa Montgomery is an average teenager with a close family and two really great friends, Kylie Green and JC Collins. However, when it comes to her social life, Alyssa wants more. When the star quarterback for the football team, Matthew Pearl, starts paying attention to her, she thinks she's finally on her way to a bigger, better, and more memorable school year. Will Alyssa's determination to be part of the popular crowd ruin her relationship with her real friends, especially JC? Okay, and I wrote this one, the original version of this one, back when I was 15, so it is a young adult book. Okay. I will be reading a selection, again from chapter 4 of this book. Matthew pulled up to the curb and shut the engine off. Alyssa knew she was beyond late. She hoped Jake hadn't been waiting up for her. Her worries disappeared as she noticed the car was silent. "Do you have to go in yet?" Matthew asked, leaning over to her. Alyssa's hands began to shake. He was staring at her again with those entrancing eyes. "Well, I've been gone this long. What could it hurt to stay for a few more minutes?" she whispered as he drew closer. He tilted her chin up and placed his lips on hers. Alyssa was so tensed up that she thought she would explode. She wrapped her arms around his neck, finally being able to touch the skin she had been admiring all evening. She was just about to lose herself in the kiss when he pulled away. She opened her eyes dreamily to look at him. "I've been wanting to do that all night," he murmured, caressing her hair. She brought her hand up to his face and touched his lips. "Kiss me again," she said, feeling brave. He smiled as he lowered his mouth to meet hers once again. JC stirred restlessly. No matter how much he tried, he couldn't get Alyssa off his mind. He looked up at Jake and saw that he had finally drifted off to sleep. Standing up quietly, he inched toward the door. "I don't think they'll mind if I steal something from the kitchen," he thought as he made his way downstairs. He was just crossing through the living room when he heard the front door creak open. He hurried towards the entrance hall. Alyssa was just closing the door, her face flushed and happy. "So, you finally decided to come back, huh?" JC said. Alyssa jolted and turned around. "God, you scared me half to death." "I seem to have that effect on you," JC observed. "What are you doing here?" she asked as she joined him in the living room. "Jake said I could crash here since it was so late. Or should I say early?" Alyssa glared at him. "You're not my babysitter." "So? I can still have an opinion." JC followed her over to the couch and plopped down beside her. "You could have at least put some clothes on," Alyssa said as she noticed his boxer shorts. "I could say the same for you." JC moved his hand between the couch pillows and Alyssa's back. Realization struck her as he grabbed the zipper on her dress that was halfway down her back. She pressed herself into the couch, trapping his hand. "You should mind your own business. I can't believe how you acted tonight." JC yanked his hand free. "Me? You were the one making a fool of yourself, and now to top things off, Jake is majorly pissed at you." "I didn't need you pointing that out to me. Why don't you go back to bed?" Alyssa said, standing back up. JC grabbed her zipper and finished pulling it up to her neck. Alyssa whirled around, her cheeks red with embarrassment. "Really, I don't see why you care so much about what I do." "Well, someone has to. You're so caught up in being Little Miss Popularity that you're really not thinking about the consequences of your behavior." "I do think, and I know that I like Matthew," Alyssa replied indignantly. "You didn't even think about him before Erica mentioned that he liked you." JC pointed out bitterly. How do you know that? I don't tell you everything. Maybe I just thought about him without letting everyone and their brother know, Alyssa whispered impatiently. Secretly, she found truth in JC's statement. But it didn't matter because she liked Matthew now. What'd you do with him tonight, Liz? He didn't already convince you to get in the back seat of his car, did he? JC snapped harshly. Alyssa instantly reacted by slapping him. His head jerked slightly to the side, but he didn't even seem surprised. You had no right to say that and even imply that. Get out of here, she yelled, forgetting about the time. JC tightened his jaw angrily, storming out of the room and up the stairs. Alyssa felt tears spring to her eyes. How could JC be so hateful? She had never seen him like that before. She fell back down on the couch, punching the throw pillow next to her. Finally, she had gotten in with the cool crowd at school and met a really cute and popular guy, and she couldn't even enjoy it.